The Tripura Rahasya, Chapter 1, The Quest of Parasurama and the Grace of Gurudeva Dattatreya. Homage to the Absolute Reality, the source and embodiment of bliss, the Supreme Consciousness, here termed as She, the Mother, who is both the magnificent image of the universe and the mirror in which this dazzling reflection appears. The sage Haritayana asked, "O Narada, have you listened carefully to the canto extolling the glory of the absolute reality known as Tripura? Just listening to it is one of the most definite means of achieving liberation. I will now tell you the wondrous Jnanakanda of the Tripura Rahasya. After listening to it attentively, a sadhaka is no longer subject to grief. This philosophy was developed after studying the Vedas, Vaishnavism, Shaivism, Shaktism, and Pasupata. There is no other philosophy that can be comprehended by the intellect as easily as this which Dattatreya taught to Parasurama. The teaching imparted here is based on logic and reasoning. If after receiving this knowledge, a person still does not comprehend it, he is indeed unfortunate. And now I shall narrate this knowledge expressed in the canto of the Tripura Rahasya. The behavior of the enlightened ones is beyond the comprehension of ordinary people. That is the reason why a sage, like you, delights in these stories filled with wisdom. As the musk deer emanates its fragrance, similarly, such enlightened sages influence the life of many, particularly those who are on the path. Parasurama heard the Mahatyakanda from the mouth of Dattatreya. Parasurama's heart was purified, overwhelmed by divinity, utterly calm and tranquil. His attention became one-pointed and inward for a while. He then regained normal awareness. Tears flowed from his eyes, and his whole body vibrated, for his heart was overflowing with spiritual bliss. His heart was not able to contain that overwhelming bliss. With all humility, he prostrated at his guru's lotus feet. When Parasurama gained consciousness, he spontaneously uttered, "O Gurudeva, through your grace I am blessed, I am blessed. You, the ocean of compassion, Shiva himself, have blessed me. Your blessings are incomparable." When the Gurudeva is pleased, there is no difference between mortality and immortality. I consider that I have received the mystery and attained the essential knowledge of the Mother Divine, Tripura, by your grace. O Lord, from you I have known the mysterious knowledge of Mother Divine and received her grace. I want to dedicate myself to the Mother of the universe. Please show me the way of devotion. Dattatreya observed that Parasurama was fully prepared and endowed him with firm faith and devotion. So he initiated him step by step into the worship of Tripura. One auspicious day, Parasurama received the initiation of Tripura, that which leads to the highest. As a honeybee collects nectar from various flowers, Parasurama gathered from his master all the means and methods of sadhana. Overwhelmed with joy, he received permission from his master to return to the mountains to perfect the science of Tripura. He circumambulated his master with reverence, took his leave, and went to the mountain called Mahindra. There, he built a beautiful and comfortable shelter and engaged in sadhana for 12 years. While following his daily sadhana, he devoted himself to worship, mantra, meditation on the goddess Tripura with a one-pointed mind. 12 years passed as if in a moment. Then one day, while sitting cheerfully, Parasurama began thinking. Long ago, while the sage Samvarta and I were walking together, Samvarta answered my question about the glory of Tripura. At that time, I did not understand the significance of his words. I completely forgot what he said, so I could not confirm it by asking my Gurudeva. I requested my master, Dattatreya, to reveal to me the mystery of the universe. He considered my question irrelevant and ignored it, so my question remains unanswered. I do not know the secret of the universe. From where did this vast universe appear? How can it exist? And where will it rest after its final dissolution? Everything seems to be unstable. How can a relationship with any impermanent object last? All worldly activities seem confusing and mysterious. The behavior of the ignorant is like the blind following the blind. My own life is an example of this. I do not remember what happened in my childhood at all. I was a different person as an adolescent, still another person in my youth, and now my behavior is completely different. What the result of all these changes is, I do not know, nor do I understand the cause of the relationship underlying changes, nor do I remember what happened, at what time, and by what means. Has anyone ever received what he really wanted from his so-called right actions? Has anyone ever attained happiness from action? Did anyone ever become happy? Whatever a person thinks he wants is not his desired object at all, because after obtaining it, he suddenly wants something different. If one has attained the fruits, then why does he desire the fruits again? I see that everyone is doing his duty for the purpose of obtaining the fruits. The fruits can neither give freedom from sorrow nor bestow happiness. As long as karma still remains to be performed, there cannot be freedom from sorrow, nor can there be happiness. Just as it is in vain to treat someone dying of thirst by rubbing cold sandalwood paste on his feet, it is equally senseless to try to gain happiness by running after worldly pleasures. Therefore, one whose duty remains to be accomplished can never be happy. If a man's chest is badly injured by arrows, he will not enjoy the embrace of even the celestial damsels. How can one whose worldly duty is not over expect to gain happiness? How can the best of music and song bring cheer to one who is in agony from an incurable disease? In reality, those who are free from the burden of their karmas are happy in the world. They are joyous sages. They are tranquil within and without. If one is burdened by karmas, how is it possible for him to be happy? If one is going to be hanged to death and is honored by a beautiful lei of sandalwood, will he be comforted? Oh, it is astonishing that a person who is caught in the snare of worldly obligations actually believes that this trap is the prelude to happiness and conscientiously carries out those duties. How can I honor people who consider themselves to be happy while burdened by innumerable obligations? Both an emperor and a beggar constantly search for peace and happiness. Their concepts of happiness are different. One is happy by acquiring a kingdom, the other by receiving a coin. Both consider themselves to be blessed. Dropping this idea, shall I go to my revered Guru Deva and request the solution to my problems? This is indeed an act of auspiciousness. The words of my Guru Deva will help me cross the ocean of delusion. Parasurama set out immediately from Mount Mahindra to see his Guru Deva. Soon he arrived at Mount Gandamadana. There he saw his master seated in lotus position, like a self-illumined sun. He prostrated in front of his master's wooden sandals. Then, holding sandals on his palm, he reverently placed his head on them. Accepting Parasurama's reverential greeting with appreciation, Dattatreya lifted him with compassion and blessing and embraced him. Son, I am seeing you after a long time. How are you? Are you healthy? Received thus, Parasurama sat down on the cushion and after saluting his Guru Deva reverentially began to speak. O Guru Deva, ocean of compassion, how can one who has received your grace suffer from misery? I am fully protected by the shield of your grace. Then how can this cruel misery come near me? I feel your grace within and without. Separation from you is the only pain I have. Now, after being in your presence, that has vanished. But something has lingered in my heart for a long time. Because of that, my mind is always full of doubt. With your permission, may I ask you to resolve this? Hearing this, the compassionate Dattatreya joyfully said, Parasurama, whatever question you have, delighted with your devotion, I will answer them happily. In this way, the dialogue between the sages Dattatreya and Parasurama ends in perfect harmony. This is called the Jnana Kanda.